The three biggest mistakes that people make on gaps are often exactly the reasons that they feel stuck and like it's just not working for them. I'm a certified GAPS coach trained by Dr. Natasha, and these are the things that I see come up again and again. I've also personally walked through some of them myself. And the interesting thing is these mistakes are actually connected. And once you see how they fit together, the whole process starts to make a lot more sense. The first mistake is starting in the wrong place in the protocol. A lot of people assume that they just need to jump straight into GAPS intro. And before we get into that, if you're looking for a step-by-step guide to start feeling better this week, you will definitely want to grab my Gut Reset Jumpstart Guide. It's completely free and it's linked down in the description below this video. But Dr. Natasha says that not everyone should begin on intro. For many people, starting with full gaps or even gently easing into full gaps can be a lot more helpful. For example, someone who's struggling with constipation often will do a lot better starting on full gaps and not intro. Of course, there can always be exceptions in special circumstances, but by far, starting on full gaps when someone is coming to gaps struggling with constipation is a much better place to start. And in my experience, when someone starts in the right place for them, everything starts working a lot better, much more quickly. But when somebody starts in a place that is too intense for their body, it often starts a chain reaction of symptoms. And that can get really confusing because what happens next often looks like the diet isn't working when really the problem was how it was started. And this is also where the second mistake I see often shows up. Starting in the right place can really help the whole process feel a lot more manageable right from the beginning. The second mistake is going too fast, especially with adding foods. This can be adding too large of amounts to start with, it can be increasing amounts too quickly, or adding multiple things all at the same time. Dr. Natasha says to start with very small amounts of foods and increase them gradually and slowly. And the small amount that works for one person can be completely different from what works for another. For some people, 1 teaspoon is the perfect starting small amount. For another person, 1 teaspoon is way too much, and that person needs to start with 1 drop. For another person, 1 drop is too much, and that person needs to start with 1 drop diluted in a cup or a quart of water and a drop of that. So it's really important to find your starting spot, and it's always better to err on the side of too little and too small because it's so much easier to slowly increase than to have to feel way too much die off and have to suddenly back up and figure out where to start from. But it's really common to feel really excited and want to add a lot of things very quickly, or be adding in multiple things all at once. And then when your body responds, it's really hard to tell what is causing what. And this is where a lot of people start feeling what seems like a really strong reaction, a die-off reaction or a detox reaction. And then they think something's gone wrong. But what's actually happening here is really important to understand because it ties directly into the third mistake I often see. But I'm curious, have you ever tried adding multiple foods and things for your body and then got confused about what was causing what? Leave me a comment and let me know if you've ever experienced that. So slowing down gives clarity. Adding 1 food at a time and leaving plenty of time in between each thing so you can really see how it's working makes everything so much easier to understand. The third mistake that I see is not supporting detox alongside everything else. The GAPS protocol is not just about food, detox is a big part of it as well. As the body becomes more nourished, it becomes stronger, and it naturally wants to start cleaning up and moving things out. And before we get into that, if you would like a visual roadmap for GAPS so you can see clearly where you're at and what comes next, be sure to grab my Calm and Confident Guide to GAPS Intro It's linked down in the description below this video. Dr. Natasha says that detox support is a very important part of the GAPS protocol, because when your body starts getting the nutrients that it needs, it begins to shift and rebalance. The body starts doing a lot of deep cleanup. Toxins are mobilized and they need a way to quickly and easily get out of the body. When the detox pathways are not open and working well and well supported, symptoms can be made worse. We can start to feel really uncomfortable. And this is the piece that connects everything that we've talked about so far. Because when someone starts way too fast with way too much and is not supporting detox, that's when they can often start to feel worse. Not because the protocol isn't working or because the whole approach in general is wrong, but because the different pieces aren't working together yet. So supporting healthy detox through this process can make a huge difference in how you feel and how much progress you make. So if these three mistakes that we've talked about are connected, what's the underlying pattern here? What's an easy way to remember this? It's trying to force and push the process instead of working with your body. Dr. Natasha says that progress on GAPS is always a gradual process. I know it's easy to really want fast results. So people tend to start aggressively, move too quickly, skip very supportive steps like supporting healthy detox at the same time as doing the foods. But in my experience and what I've seen working with clients, when you shift from pushing to supporting, everything falls into place and works so much better. And this shift, going from pushing to supporting, for so many people is often the turning point when they finally start to actually see the progress that they want to see and start feeling better. It's where people go from feeling overwhelmed and like it's failing to feeling like they finally understand what their body needs. So this isn't about trying to do more. It's about doing things in the right way so that our body can respond well. So what does this look like in a simple, practical way? What this is a supportive step-by-step approach. Start in the place that fits your body. For some people, starting in intro is the right place. For so many others, it's not, and they are so much better off starting in full GAPS or starting a very gentle, gradual transition into full GAPS. Adding one food at a time, not making multiple changes and not adding multiple things as you're progressing. Always starting with very small starting amounts and then increasing slowly, watching to see how the body's doing and letting that guide you for how much to increase and when. And including those gentle detox supports very consistently. And most importantly, learning to really listen to your body. A lot of us have forgotten how to do this, and so it's all about remembering how it feels to tune into what our body is telling us, what it wants, what it needs, and really listening and using that to guide us. And when you start to approach it this way, those three mistakes that we mentioned in the beginning naturally start to fall away because now everything's working together instead of against you. These small, steady steps make the entire process feel a lot more doable, and it makes it so the protocol is actually working for you. So if you've been feeling stuck or unsure on GAPS, it might not be that you're doing the wrong things necessarily, but it might be how they're being done, or you might be forgetting some important elements. Sometimes a few small adjustments can entirely change how it feels as you're going through the protocol, whether that's remembering to include those detox supports or slowing down, backing up, starting small, going ahead gradually, gently, slowly, listening to the body and doing one thing at a time. And if you would like to start making some easy food swaps that reduce inflammation, cravings, and brain fog, make sure to check out my Easy Real Food Swaps guide. It's free and it's linked down in the description below this video, along with my Gut Reset Jumpstart guide and my Calm and Confident Guide to GAPS Intro. They're all linked down below for you. So now that you know about the three biggest mistakes that people make on GAPS, you might be wondering what to eat each week to avoid inflammation. But how do you do that? It all starts by watching this video next here, because when you pair what you just learned with what you're about to learn in this video, it is so much more powerful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.